that spot.
America, and good day to our friends around the world. This is a political talk show here on WRMN. That's WRMN 1410 on that AM dial on your favorite radio, and WRMN1410.com on your favorite digital device. If you've got some of those smart speakers that are out there too, look on over at it. Well, I guess you don't have to look at it. Just shout into a room and say, "Hey, smart speaker, play WRMN 1410. It'll fire it right off, and it will say playing WRMN 1410. Maybe from the TuneIn app is another great place that you can go to listen there. While you're over at WRMN 1410, be sure to check out the schedule. We may have some surprises coming up for you here in the first of the year. We just want to make sure that we are giving you as much information as possible. And to do that, of course, it is Free Speech Friday here with my friends. I've got two of them in here. You've heard them on the air before. They are Dean DeLaley and Mr. David Tease. Thank you, gentlemen, both for being here.
Hey, wouldn't miss it for the world.
Happy to be here today.
I know Cecilia Brooks is floating around. She said she wasn't going to be here, but then she is here right now. But, you know, so we'll just guilt her into maybe sitting into that chair.
Yeah, I gave her a call there earlier when I went to go see my cousin. Shout out to, really quickly, if you don't mind, shout out to my Aunt Debbie Sellers. It's her birthday today.
Happy birthday, Aunt Debbie.
Tomorrow.
Birthday.
And my cousin Tracy is up from Missouri, and he's at the riverboat celebrating his birthday, which is today.
Oh.
And he's doing really good right now.
Okay, that's really good. Stay there if you're doing
really
well.
good health-wise, or getting healthy
And
on the
doing
boat?
right, playing Mississippi poker, which I didn't understand it. And then him and his buddies are going to play poker out through the night in Wayne.
Mississippi poker?
Yeah.
Is it like Texas Hold'em, but slightly different?
He gets 2 cards, and then there's like chips here, and then 3 cards show up. I didn't understand
Oh,
it. So, you know,
We'll see.
it's a Mississippi thing.
New York.
Must be.
I've played New York poker.
New York poker?
I get 4 cards, you get 1. You got a problem with that?
Didn't see that one coming. Go ahead.
Oh,
Didn't
my
see that one
goodness.
coming.
Hey, I wanted to start off a little bit lighter before we get into some of the heavier things for the week, and a lot of it's just silly rhetoric of crazy things people have been saying, which all seems to be what the news is nowadays. Is he said, she said, whatever. You know what I mean? But I want to ask you guys something for Thanksgiving, because that's coming up here next Thursday, right? Mm-hmm. So we won't have a Free Speech Friday by then, so I may not get another chance. Do we put Red Hots or marshmallows in our sweet potatoes?
Well, I don't like sweet potatoes, but the tradition is marshmallows.
Marshmallows? You don't do the Red Hots, anything like that?
Well, there's a culinary benefit
Okay.
to putting the Red Hots because of the sweetness mixing along in, and then the Red Hot because of the spice that's in there will give you a little bit of a kick. But no, it's got to be marshmallows. I'm a traditionalist.
And are they sweet potatoes or yams, or what do you guys usually put in there?
I hate them both. None of them.
None of them. Yeah. It's orange and mushy.
Mashed potatoes, that's it.
Hey, mashed potatoes, stuffing with celery,
There you
and
go.
pork sausage in it.
Oh,
yeah, and the traditional turkey. And
Gotta
I'm
go
happy.
easy on the celery, though.
On the,
Yeah.
Unless it's a Greek restaurant, they put it in to fill it to stretch it. Yeah.
And the fennel, right? That's what it's really all about.
That's
isn't
pretty
it?
good.
You got to have the pork in there, too.
Yes.
Oh, you're saying to get like the pork in the stuffing
Yeah.
for it. Okay.
You put Jimmy Dean pork sausage, and you mush it all up, and you spread it around in there and cook it.
My grandmother used to do oysters. She'd take a can of oysters and mix it in there too.
Was it good?
It was not good.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I don't know why
Ohio,
she did
is that where you're from?
Yes, I'm from Ohio. She was from a foreign land where they put oysters in
everything.
stuffing.
Man. I was hearing about that stuff about the the Martians, and they're going to start exposing it, the government, because it's no secret no more. That's got to be where she's from. There's no way you put oysters and expect it to be a family outing.
I think she just wanted to put it in there so she had a dish that was just hers, right?
Well, that could work too.
Is theirs. Like, no, that one's got oysters in it. Don't eat that one.
And I like when you take the stuffing out and butter makes everything taste good. You get a nice light little coat of butter and then rebake it in the oven for 10 or 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice crusty.
Mashed potatoes, lumpy or smooth?
Lumpy. I get lumpy, and I love the skins.
Yeah, I
Just
love
red potatoes.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But I like it better smooth. But I could eat it with the red.
Yeah, I
pieces.
like them lumpy. And those red potatoes, that mashed potato with the red potato set up over at the salute dinner we were at, that was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of like that.
Oh, and a tip on that one too, add all of your ingredients hot into your mashed potatoes. You don't want to shock the starch as well. So you want to melt the butter before you throw it in there. You want to melt or at least warm up the cream cheese or anything else. You're going to put some of that in there.
Hey, throw some corn and gravy into that mashed potatoes. That's not a bad thing right there too, neither.
My goodness. That's it. So if you've got something that's in there, let's see here. Todd says White Castle stuffing is pretty good.
Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah, you get the White
Never done
Castle
that.
burgers, you chop it all up and
You
make
keep
it
the
from
onions
there.
in it this time. It's pretty good.
Oh, it's delicious.
Really quickly, something we did do was Popeye's chicken, and you got to order it ahead of time. And I think you got maybe a day or two left. They do Cajun turkeys.
Yes.
It's already kind of like pre-cooked. So you pick it up, and then you just put it in the oven to heat it up, and it's got some Cajun spice to it, And it was different. It was good. It was something I said I had to try once because you only live once in this world.
Absolutely. Chat also comes in and says marshmallows with pecans on top with the sweet potatoes there. So, okay, we got that. Todd, we get our news from a couple different places. That's the best place to get your news, is from as many places as possible. One place that I go that helps me aggregate some of that news is ground.news. Great place. What they'll do is if there are different articles about a one subject, they will aggregate all of them. So like you may end up with like 174 different sources of that news about that topic. So so that's a great place to go if you're trying to get into it. The other thing that it does is it also puts out the bias rating for things as well. What you got there, Dean?
If I may interject.
Yeah.
On what David is talking about, last chance to get your turkey before Thanksgiving. You got 6 hours and 45 minutes, and the clock is ticking down.
Yeah, so you got to go down to your local Popeyes and order that thing.
That's what you got to do.
That's amazing. Over at the Popeyes, order it up. I think Baskin Robbins has another one too. Walmart's got a few of them.
Baskin Robbins does an ice cream
Or not
shaped
Baskin
turkey.
Robbins. What's it? Boston Market. Sorry,
Boston
it starts with
Market.
a B.
Boston Market.
Yeah.
Baskin Robbins does an ice cream shaped turkey.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's I was getting my my B's mixed up there. No, Boston Market was another great place to pick up a turkey or so. So all kinds of great places. Also, the Walmart Thanksgiving bundle is also 25% cheaper. Now we can talk all about is it more generic? Are there less things, et cetera, et cetera. We can get into that. Either way, it is cheaper and it is still a place to go.
Well, one of the things when I was walking up to the riverboat to see my cousin, they had boxes and boxes and boxes of turkeys there. People were driving up. I don't know if they're free or if they're a promotion thing with the riverboat. So if you want to check it out online, what that turkey promotion is with the Grand Victoria over here, it might be worth your while to get a free turkey.
Have you been doing any of the turkey shoots?
I was supposed to do
around?
one, but I had to be on the show here. And
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
but
missed
no.
Missed your point of being a turkey.
Yeah,
Get you one.
last year we won a turkey.
Okay. So there's a couple things that I want to talk about, especially with maybe this is a good conversation for gentlemen to have, because we've gotten a lot of this quote unquote locker room talk or kind of like man to man type of just joking around type of thing. But it's coming from an unusual source often, and it's the president. Recently this week, White House, let's go to the whole thing. The White House defended U.S. President Donald Trump after he called a female reporter piggy regarding Jeffrey Epstein, stating that his comments reflected his frankness and transparency. That was from Caroline Leavitt, who said that they should be thankful for his frankness and transparency. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt mentioned that American voters reelected Trump for his frankness and suggested that reporters should appreciate his openness. The Society of Professional Journalists condemned Trump's disparaging language, citing his history of using demeaning terms against women. Bloomberg News remarked that their White House journalists perform a vital public service by asking questions without fear or favor. So let's talk about this a little bit, of this idea of locker room talk, or even then this idea of people who like President Trump because of he tells it like it is, right? He's got that, or he may not be a stuffed shirt, or he may not be whatever. But at a certain point, we have to realize that the words that come out of his mouth aren't just from him as a person. He has the full backing of the United States at any time he says something. And he wants to pull that. He says, look, I have this tariff and we're going to do this thing. I've got the full backing of the United States when I tweet that out. Now we turn around and I've got the full backing of the United States when I call a journalist piggy. This is the disconnect that I seem to have with the way that he talks, and honestly, the way that there's no apology for that. It should have been an apology. It shouldn't have been you like it. You like how he says that from the press secretary. Like, part of her job is supposed to be kind of apologetic for the rhetoric of the president. Well, he was a little heated. She kind of stepped on him, instead of like, no, you're going to like it. So those are my thoughts on it, at least. So let's hear a little bit about what you guys think about this.
Well, sometimes he sits in front of a lot of reporters, and sometimes they could be a little bit, how would I say it, harsh on some of their questions, and you might get frustrated. Sometimes he might say stuff out of hate. I'm not protecting a man. As long as he ain't screaming or yelling at the woman, it's not tolerable. But you got to remember, this is a game where they walk into that room. You better be prepared to get a nickname from President Trump, because he loves to give people nicknames. I guarantee you that, and it's something I like to do too. But you got to remember, you're walking into a place that's he's in charge of that meeting. He's in charge of that room, and you better be prepared, because it goes both ways. Everybody likes to take a shot at him, and he'll take a shot at you if you have a question that's sometimes is ridiculous. I think most of the time he lashes out when the questions are just off the wall, ridiculous.
Yeah, this one was about Jeffrey Epstein, of if you don't have anything in there or any worries about anything, why don't you just release the files now? Because he has the power. They're slow walking it through Congress or whatever it is. Okay, follow the legal
Well, he's already
side.
signed it.
Yeah, he signed the law, but he is the one that is in charge of the classification of them. A ex-president back in, I think it was 2022, said something along the lines of a president can just think about declassifying things and they can just be declassified. So I don't know. I may be mistaken, but I think there was a president.
There was a president.
Yeah, who just thought about declassifying documents, and then they ended up in his bathroom.
Let's talk about the first thing. The first thing out there, if you have a man address another woman and you're calling her a piggy, it's uncalled for. Let's just call it like it is. There's no room for that type of talk or behavior. To David's point, though, and you guys hate when I always say this, what are the totality of circumstances? What was the whole setting of the room? What were the comments? What were the comments that he was feeling before that? Was this reporter not to use the word piggy, was this reporter piggybacking on somebody else's comment and it inflamed, it got it bad, and he ends up calling her piggy? irregardless, he should have enough self-control. Not to, why would you call her a piggy? It's got no, it's like calling somebody a jerk or a moron. No one's got a worse mouth than me when we're not on the radio, and I know I do. I'm terrible with the cussing and swearing and taking care of
not
things.
you.
But yeah, me. But you don't handle yourself that way in public. You don't handle that stuff your way on a microphone. And clearly he was on a microphone. Now, do these reporters get very antagonistic and ridiculous? Absolutely they do. They ask questions that there's no way you could give an answer. Like when he says, I think you're a terrible reporter and stuff like that. I go for that. I have no problem with that because he's addressing those people that he thinks are terrible reporters are like, in a sense, going for the jugular vein.
And you're talking even just recently, there was a reporter from ABC that asked the prince in the Oval Office about murdering journalists and things like that. And even then, I agree with him when he turned around and said, you're trying to embarrass our guest and everything else with it.
Right, yeah.
Because it was that same thing. It was her goal was to embarrass the guest.
Sure it was.
Because they don't get any other time.
Different. What did you tell me about protests? You only protest to make it uncomfortable for the other side.
Yep.
A news journalist who's anti whatever's in office at the time, or just that's what they are, they want to be adversarial, they're going to ask that question and they're going to posture it in a manner where it's going to be negative. And they want to push your buttons and they want to see how you're going to react. So is it right? No. But again, that happens. But even that, do we know the whole line of questioning and what was going on before, she made her comment and he made his and that, I don't know. I think you need the full picture. We get a lot of snippets here and there. You've got to your point, we were talking off camera, where the Charlie Kirk thing, everybody was, hey, let's lose this rhetoric, let's lose this hatred, let's lose this nonsense. And then he goes and says some of the things that he says. What was it?
So the president was responding back to a group of, I believe it was senators, that put out a video. And it was a group of veteran senators that were reminding troops that they have a constitutional duty to their oath and everything else to not obey unlawful orders. If they were given an unlawful order, they are not allowed to obey it. It's in their oath not to obey it. And that was all they put out. And everybody flipped out, mostly because they believe that every order that the president gives to the military is lawful, regardless of if it is or isn't. They believe that whatever the president says is a lawful order because it comes from the top.
Right.
But the president can order people to break the Geneva Convention, and you as the soldier has to turn around and go, do I shoot these innocent people or not? That's what they were saying, is you have a duty to your oath to not obey unlawful orders. Well, the president took that as a seditious type of thing and said all of these people should be hung, and this is a seditious. I believe it was, this is sedition, penalty of death, I believe was the actual verbatim quote. And he called upon the Justice Department to investigate them for sedition as well. And then it was, of course, Caroline Leavitt's turn to talk about it, the press secretary, who again put her foot down and said all orders by the president are lawful. And these guys asked that they not follow lawful orders, which was not what they said.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'm going to tell you this right now. No soldier is going to walk. Let's say he says, send the National Guard into Chicago. They're not going to shoot innocent people. They're just not that way. They're to protect people. Yep. It's like soldiers, like they call those chemtrails up there in the sky. Soldiers ain't going to dump chemicals on American citizens. They're there to protect. So soldiers are intelligent, brave young men to protect our country. They are not going to go out and and shoot anybody if the president says shoot these innocent people because
Well,
they have no king signs under there.
So yes and no. As far as here on the streets and everything else, yes. But off the coast of Venezuela right now, we are shooting people that they have not provided any evidence that these people are criminals in any kind of way. The Congress has asked for evidence on this and things like that. So yes, maybe troops or what have you, but there are sailors that have already sunk from what we have to presume are innocent boats until are proven otherwise. So that's what I think is what the senators were really trying to get at, is we cannot shoot at these
were the
people.
senators and the House upset because he didn't go to them to get their approval?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, a lot of that is there. And then also he has not proven that these killings are warranted. He hasn't proved anything. He hasn't proved that there were drugs on there. He hasn't even given the names of the people that he killed. And so the guy who was in charge of that strike group resigned. He said, no, these are extrajudicial killings. I have to resign right now. Otherwise, I will be taken to trial for the next one.
And again, I'm not splitting no hairs. I'm not defending anybody except what I hope to be right. You don't know what all the particulars are.
Sure, but Congress should.
Okay, they should, but they don't. Okay. But is there something within their parameters that allows them to conduct what it is they're conducting, is what I keep saying. You don't know the full facts, just like with, the veterans, that it's not to be lawful, that they don't have to enforce it. If you don't have all the facts that the president and the president's team has, maybe even above certain levels of your colonels or what have you, there is such stuff that's out there. Let's not pretend we don't have a CIA.
Sure.
So there's certain pieces.
I've held a secret clearance before. Okay. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there is certain pieces and certain levels that, okay, as hard as it is to swallow, maybe we have to let it play out. Now, you don't want to close the door after the horses run out and you've killed some innocent people. I get that too. But do you really think that anybody would want to just hurt innocent people? I don't. I just have a hard time believing it.
I think they should specify.
They don't think they're innocent, Dean. That's why they hunt them like this. Is because they think they're drug runners for whatever. They don't see them as innocent.
So we don't know that they are or aren't based on what you're saying.
Because they haven't provided any of that. And it's been months and months and months without any facts to even Congress.
But why didn't they specify that sailors, hey, you don't have to follow your
they
oath?
said sailors, they said soldiers, they said people that work within the intelligence community.
They said the CIA, the FBI. It just, to me, as a citizen listening to that, almost trying to tell our soldiers that are here in our country protected, making our streets safer, like he's doing in other places, is trying to tell them, you don't listen to them. Don't arrest illegals. Don't stop a violent protest or somebody's shooting at you or stealing a Walmart,
I get it. They essentially said,
great.
Look, we want to stand behind anybody who believes that they are or will be committing an unlawful order and stop. That's what the senators essentially said.
And they fired soldiers that didn't get vaccinated in the past. So
sure. Welcome back to A Political Talk Show here on WRMN. That's WRMN 1410 on that AM dial and WRMN14.com in our hearts. No, on the on the internet. I've got two great gentlemen over here. I love Free Speech Friday because So many different perspectives on the same news story. The chat earlier asked us about where do we get our news. Well, I get it from everywhere else in the world, and one of those sources, of course, are my good buddies over here too, to talk about those different things and perspectives. And it's all about where you're bringing everything from, right? You've got your background, you've got your history, you've got your ethnicity, you've got your traditions, you've got your values, and you bring it into the news and bring it into the discussion.
Hey, Biggie, get to the point.
Yeah, over here.
That's good.
That's it. So yeah, there. And so we were.
Elliot's not here. I got to aggravate somebody.
It's true. It's true. And even then, Elliot is remiss not coming over here too for a couple things. We miss him so that we can get over here and poke at a liberal.
Yeah,
Poke at a liberal.
He's living in a serenity now world right now. he's trying to keep peace within his head.
Yes.
That's it. So let's see here. Let's get into some of these weird newses over here. Bald eagle drops a cat through a windshield on North Carolina highway driver. All of a sudden, the symbol of America decided to make it rain cats, not necessarily the dogs. But on Wednesday, a North Carolina motorist said a cat dropped by a bald eagle crashed through her passenger side windshield on Highway 74 in Swan County around 8:17 a.m. Bald eagles often carry their prey back to their nest to feed, and the species frequently makes headlines for unusual behavior, including the 2020 government drone incident. The 911 call said the driver reported the cat did not survive, and the 911 caller said, "It absolutely shattered my windshield." North Carolina State Highway Patrol confirmed the driver was shaken but uninjured. With around 316,000 bald eagles in the U.S., conservation measures such as the DDT ban aided recovery, with about 192 nesting pairs in North Carolina versus 30,000 in Alaska. So it's already rare that there's even a bald eagle in North Carolina. Now to turn around and have a cat drop out of nowhere. I heard that is the most inconvenient way to do most things, because if an endangered species does it, you can't really do much. It's kind of like when the shrews or any of the other animals make a nest and they can't do any of the building or anything like that.
So I got a quick question.
Yeah.
That's a federally protected animal.
I believe so, yeah.
Does she have a federal lawsuit to get things taken care of?
Sue the bald eagle,
hey.
the U.S. American government. I've got standing against of nest number 156. That one right there is there. So Cecilia Brooks is here with us as well. Welcome in, Cecilia.
Thank you for having me. It's good to see you all.
How are you? Nice to see you.
I'm living my dream. Especially, it's better now that I get to see all of your friendly faces.
That's a nightmare. That's not a dream.
This is the dream on Chicago Street, not the nightmare.
Gotcha.
So we asked a question earlier about Red Hots or marshmallows in your sweet potatoes.
Ooh, I actually, you know what? I've had marshmallows. I don't think I've had Red Hots. Is that popular?
Oh, I think you need to try it. Absolutely. In Ohio, they had it for that.
Okay, so let me know who is cooking Red Hots in their potatoes and what time and where to be.
See
I'll
if we
be
can
there.
get some of those, some scoops.
Please do.
That's there. So we're talking about a bald eagle, endangered species that's there. If an endangered species inconveniences one individual person, should they be allowed to remove them or do something with it? I understand if somebody is doing a development and is taking over a large swath of something, but if like an endangered species, like let's say put a nest on top of your car and you couldn't move your car ever until the nest was done, would it be okay for one person to kind of be like, okay, maybe we should move at least this nest so so like I can get to work.
I think there's a good compromise in everything, right? So if it's really that inconvenient for the person and it's that case by case specific basis, I think the person should be able to, with regards to the law, but also be able to gently potentially move that or a compromise.
There you go. I think so. That's what our courts are for, right, Dean?
You don't want to hurt the innocent thing that's in the nest.
No.
No matter what whoever built the nest on a car, which I can't imagine.
Yeah, you don't want to hurt them, but
That's
at the end of the day, you also don't want to be overly inconvenienced by one.
I think if there's a happy medium where potentially the bird itself and the family can be safely and gently removed or moved to maybe a different location, then it's a win-win for everyone.
Sounds good.
You guys are going about it the wrong way.
Yeah? What do you got?
Well, first of all,
12 gauge, but
what I say is going about it the wrong way. I would hire a Vasili law firm to actually sue the federal government
That's
since it's
where
an
I'm going with
endangered
it all.
bird. Yeah, and have them give me a rent-a-car like a Lamborghini until the babies are hatched.
And a grant,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, there you go.
To watch
yeah.
them.
Yeah, so that's what I would do.
That's pretty smart.
And extra money for any potential lost wages or inconvenience and emotional distress. Get
not
your
to mention the
bag,
emotional distress.
right? Exactly. Get your bag.
JMV Chicago Law, that's the place to go.
Yeah,
For that.
we got
Wait, what's the
eagles around
place to
here.
go? Will you say that one more time?
JMVChicagoLaw.com.
That's a silly law group.
By Jimmy Vaselli.
U.S. Transportation Department endorses a new crash test dummy, a female crash test dummy that more closely resembles a woman. I guess the old ones didn't. On November 20th, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy unveiled the Thor 05F in Washington, D.C., launching the regulatory process for manufacturers to produce and automakers to begin testing it. For years, crash testing relied on a Hybrid 3 fifth percentile dummy and a 1970s model based on the smallest 5% of American women, while research finds belted women have 73% greater odds of serious injury. Humanetics Thor 05F
Belted?
is outfitted, belted, with more than 150 sensors, including in the legs, and collects 3 times more injury measurements than the Hybrid 3 to assess female injury risks. Not expected in formal new car safety testing until 2027 or 28. The Department of Transportation will consider the Thor 05F for 5-star ratings once a final rule is adopted, and some automakers argue it may, exaggerate injury risks. Advocates like Maria Weston Kahn say have welcomed the announcement and urged clear federal datelines while Transportation Secretary Duffy said, after years of delays, our team has worked hard over the last 8 months to finalize the details of this new state-of-the-art female crash test dummy. So there's been a lot of studies, just even in the medical field, where most of the time it's mostly done on men, and then they cut the dosage for females. Do you support, and do you see more of this maybe technological side of things? Cecilia, I'll go to you first.
1000%. I think as a small American woman that lives my life, apparently being a crash test dummy, I am all for this. In all seriousness, I am, because it's important to be able to get something that represents a lot of the population in America. And it's interesting because I know, for example, for a larger gentleman, for example, like Mr. T is like a full grown man, like any of you gentlemen here, that impact, depending on what type of accident is going to be much different than an impact, that same impact versus me in a car. And I do know that people have warned me, for example, about the airbags deploying, that can cause serious injury and even death sometimes for petite people versus maybe larger.
Well, and that's mostly because you sit reverse. No, I'm just. we got to make sure that your seat's secured and facing the other way.
I know that the 405F was replaced by the 405A, which represented inflatable.
Oh, okay.
So when they started doing tests,
He's going down the rabbit hole. Here we go.
so when they started putting these test individuals in vehicles, it makes sense. Let's face it. Women are made differently. They have breasts. They have perhaps pregnant women, and they weren't really getting the proper readings, if you will, on just a wooden or whatever they're made of, fiberglass, with all these sensors all over. But I think you do have to show all the different, no different than what you're saying. A regular, healthy, individual has got a different stature to them than, let's even take an 80-year-old. An 80-year-old that's pretty frail, maybe a little underweight, even just had an operation or something. They're in a whole different category within itself. So yeah, I think it's about time just to circle around to the women part. Why wouldn't they test women? And why wouldn't they have anatomically correct women for this purpose?
What do you think about the technology in crash test dummies with different
Since you have the
anthropomorphic sides?
405I.
Yeah, well, I could do a comedy skit on this one for a little bit. 'Cause I drive with my wife. No, but they both make a very valuable point because, like pregnancy, like Dean says, and body weight and women's bone structure is different than men. Especially with pregnancy. I mean, you got a pregnant woman driving a car, or it's 4 months, going to go see your doctor. I think I would want to be in a car that is actually safer for a pregnant woman with type of different airbags in different positions, and stuff like that. Cars are getting smarter. You could probably type in there, pregnant woman driving, and it will tell everybody to get off the road. No, that's just a joke. But it might, certain different airbags might be able to be used in different positions. Like this technology is changing, so women have different facial features. Different body structure. They're more fragile. So and like the key thing, like Dean said, I think pregnant women in a car. I think we never really looked at that. I mean, how can we make the woman and the baby safer in a car accident?
Yeah, we have different seating adjustments where if we want to make sure that we have the wheel at a different side, why not have different safety adjustments too, based off of the person? Maybe the seatbelt rides a little lower, or maybe we come across.
Those too. But for a while there, I remember on one of my trucks, you could shut off the airbag on the passenger side if you had somebody
who's a little bit smaller,
a little younger, or what have you.
Well, we've got an airbag that fully comes out on the side impact. It's going to hit the woman and the baby. I would kind of imagine. I'm not an expert on it, nor am I going to get in a car and find out. But maybe the airbag can come off in a different angle instead of pushing towards the baby. The woman, it will probably push her off the side. It still protect her, but we don't want anything coming at you at the front where it would harm the baby.
Yeah, and honestly, seatbelts have been the exact same as long as I've been alive as well. I mean, there was one fad where the seatbelt used to come up along the windows.
Yeah,
but that's what I mean. Is this seatbelts have always been one of those weird back and forth of we make a law about it instead of making a better technology about it, right? If we want people to be safer, we turn around and say, do this thing, wear this seatbelt, wear this helmet, et cetera, instead of designing a safer vehicle. Yeah. And do you think that's just because we kind of solved it with the laws and said, okay, we've got it, here it is, we don't need to design another one? Or is that there is no better way to put a seatbelt together that people will actually use? I mean, 5-point harness is definitely safer, but who's going to clip all 5 together?
Yeah, or a 2-side harness for pregnant women, to stop in there. What do pilots wear when they get into those big jet lines?
Well, they wear the 5-point, don't they?
Right.
Yeah. Similar to like climbers, for example. What you're saying, David Tease, is that double. If one were to have the harness on the one side, the other, and rather than the 5-point, maybe it just clips, for example, something in the middle. It's an interesting concept though, because I do think right? The seatbelts have been around and been the exact same for so long. I will say, as just a friendly road PSA, in unfortunately all 9-10 accidents I've been in,
This week.
literally,
You just hit a deer last week. so-
literally, that deer had no business being there.
That's a federally protected animal.
Oh, damn it.
It
Dang.
wasn't deer season.
What deer? Anyway.
Yeah, Bambi.
Right. But it's interesting. I will say there was only one time when I was younger, stupid, I was a passenger, I wasn't wearing my seatbelt. It almost cost me my life. And I never made that mistake again. And in all other accidents that followed, I was wearing my seatbelt in every single one. And had I not been, that is what saved my life.
That's great.
And there's been a friend that I've had who did not do the same and was ejected from a car at 80 miles per hour. Wow. And now has a TBI because of it and will never be the same. So wear your seatbelts, all jokes aside. You'll never regret it.
And, you can argue some seatbelts could even work against you. I've seen them where, on the job, we had a couple bad accidents in North Lincoln right off the expressway. It just cut right into the person. And it's, it's even a bigger problem. So, I would. That's why I always used to I wasn't a big fan of the seatbelt. I like the shoulder harness, but some shoulder harnesses, adjustable or otherwise, if an individual has a pacemaker, that could be irritating or even hurt them because it pulls up tight on it, and now you got a bigger problem.
Oh, yeah. The seatbelt.
There's a lot to look at.
The seatbelt's not there to make the crash comfortable.
No.
The seatbelt's there to make the crash survivable.
It's really to keep you with the vehicle so you don't get ejected out. So at least you got a better shot.
They're not looking for
airbags
you.
kind of go around you to sort of protect you if it can. You can't make it for every single person.
No.
Otherwise, that car is going to cost you what? $200,000.
Make it so cars don't start unless the seatbelts are buckled. You know what I mean?
That's something that we could be onto.
Well, it's
You're
also
right.
the same thing. How would you stop drunk driving? Every car has a breathalyzer in there. You blow into it, and if it says this, hey, you ain't starting that car up and going, And if somebody else blows in there, there's obstacles. So okay, blow in this so I could drive home. Yeah, well, then you're get in an accident. That person's held liable because DNA
That's
is
in the
on
car?
it. What?
You're in the car now?
You got a friend on the other side?
Yeah.
You were saying you're blowing this and you can't drive home?
Yeah, right. Yeah, let's say you come out of a bar, you get in a car, and
Okay.
there should be mandatory where the car won't start. You blow into the breathalyzer and the car won't start. It says, sorry, you're drunk. You're not going anywhere. But somebody says, what if they have a friend that's not drunk, blow into it? Well, if they get into an accident, their DNA is on that blow machine. So, that's the person that started it. That's the person responsible.
Let's take a caller before we get out of here. I only got 5 minutes to the bottom. Sorry about that, Dean. Didn't get out
That's right.
earlier.
Stick around.
Hey, caller, what would you like to talk about?
Oh, yeah. Howdy. I heard you talking about the seatbelts, and when Ralph Nader was running for president a few years ago, I watched him give any number of speeches about safety things like that. And you just kind of got into the angle that the seatbelt is not designed to, make the crash comfortable. It's to save your life. But when you start realizing how much the auto industry started to fight and to oppose the seatbelt to begin with, to make cheap ones, to make one of you mentioned that it cuts into you, or maybe a certain brand might cut into you. Nader, it was interesting. When he started in law school, I think in 1956 or something like that, he was studying commercial law. And he realized that the auto industry was paying a large amount of money in lawsuits, and that by putting 25 cents worth of material, the strap of cloth and a couple of bolts, and this was just the waist seat belt, not even the harness. That just by putting about 25 cents worth of material into the car could save hundred at the time. It was modest hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of lawsuits, and the auto industry fought him at every step, and he was trying to save them money by just putting in a 25 cent piece of cloth and a clip. And they fought him and went out of their way to ruin his reputation and do everything possible. And he was trying to save them money. And so the auto industry apparently had they took bad advice from the start from insiders. And when you realize that maybe they're using cheap material that'll cut into you, or as you're talking about these airbags that just come slamming out, it's pretty interesting. In riding some of these new electronic cars, they have basically radar in them that'll anticipate a crash, really, and to make maybe an airbag come out at a slower pace, so it wouldn't knock you out by the time it comes out. But the auto industry had some explaining to do about why they were using cheap material.
Well, I think that's always the case that we've got over here is we've got the technology to do a lot of things, but do we have the cost? Do we have the willpower? Do we have the support? That's always where a lot of technology seems to falter. I mean, how long have we had, or how long have we talked about cars running on hydrogen? Right? We've talked about that for decades now for different things.
75 years.
And so we won't do that because, again, of the auto industry or the coal industry but imagine if we took that same process of refrigeration and we said, no, refrigeration will destroy the milkman industry. What if we did, like, that's where it always seems to be every time we always get to the coal industry or we get to the fossil fuel industry or something like that. It's like, oh, well, what we think about, what will the poor milkmen do? And it's just, I don't know. I understand your sentiment, and I love the historic facts about that too, sir. Thank you very much.
Oh, sure. Hey, by the way, I'm calling you from out in California, and I just came away from the AI conference that Microsoft did, and they just had a slogan in there, AI for good.
Okay.
Now, think of for good. Think of for good. It could mean for good. Good, but it could also mean forever.
Forever.
AI
That's
forever,
true.
and that's that. So the industry is playing games even with AI at this point.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure it was AI that came up with that too.
Gotta be.
For good.
Thank you, sir. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Take care.
Take care, sir.
Bye.
We've got more Apolitical Talk Show coming up after this. We're losing Dean DeLaley, though, but we'll be back here on WRMN shortly. Hello, America, and good day to our friends around the world. This is Apolitical Talk Show here on WRMN. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. Thanks for being here. I see you over there on the YouTube side, youtube.com. You can find us at WRMN Radio. Or you can find us at WRMN 1410 on that AM dial and WRMN1410.com. This is Free Speech Friday, so give us a call, 847-931-1410, 847-931-1410. Anything that we're talking about sparks something in your brain that you want to talk about, go ahead and give us a call. Even if it is off topic, that's right, Free Speech Friday, 847-931-1410. Don't worry, I can always bring us back on to the rails here. Helping me take it off the rails is, of course, the big man himself, Big DT's over here. Thanks for being here, buddy.
Hey, anytime. One more thing here. Sunday is my wife's 48th birthday, Samantha.
Happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, honey. Sunday's going to be a fun day for her.
That's amazing. What are you doing? What are you guys up to with the cake or anything like that?
Oh, cake, and she's going out to lunch to Jurin's with her girlfriends, and Jurin's is a good place to eat, so they love it. And then, birthday gifts. I got her a gift. I think she's going to love it. I know she's going to love it because And it's not me. Okay, so that she would really love it. That's
Just
the
you,
gift.
you,
Yeah, that's
you
the
with a
gift.
bow, with a bow.
Yeah, bow tie. That's the gift that keeps on giving there. But yeah, and hopefully, well, not hopefully. I know there's going to be a Bears victory on Sunday too. Here on WRMN Radio, you get to listen to it and all that stuff. So
That's right. Well, happy birthday, Sam! Right there on Sunday, you get to tell us all about it on the morning show. Take lots of pictures too. That'll be.
Oh
great.
yes, it definitely will.
I also want to remind everybody about the self-defense workshop that's happening for Somebody's Daughter. That is the non-for-profit. Somebody's Daughter is a woman-led safety initiative empowering women to look out for one another and create safer, more respectful social spaces. So on December 12th and 13th at 6 p.m. over at the Elgin YWCA, you'll be able to learn from expert instructors and participate in interactive sessions. Join them for a 2-day seminar led by industry experts designed to inspire and equip you with practical skills, experience hands-on activities that let you apply what you learn in real time. We've got a couple of instructors that'll be teaching self-defense, that'll be teaching self-awareness of just situational awareness for things, and a few other things. Tickets are $50 each and can be purchased at somebodiesdaughterisloved.org. Somebody's Daughter is a non-for-profit to help support women, helping other women out there in social spaces.
Right. It's be 2 Marines that will be teaching the class. The $50 covers both days, so it's just not like one day $50 the next day. It covers for both days. And this organization is one that I'm involved in, and it's basically about, like you said, awareness, protecting yourself, especially in bars with somebody slipping something into your drink, which is something that's really been going on a lot in a lot of establishments. So it's given the bars and the restaurants and the banquet halls and hey, start looking out, be vigilant, start helping these women, and it happens to men too. I mean, somebody hates a guy, hey, but it's got to be, it's not tolerated. We got to show that it's not tolerated. Make stiffer laws down in Springfield, and protect women out there because I have 2 daughters. You have 2 daughters.
Yeah, I've got 2 daughters.
Yeah, and we don't want to see that happen to our daughters, our friends, our mothers, our aunts, our sisters. So it's time, because if we could stop this almost at nothing, then women can go out and feel safe when they go out in environments and go to the store, hang out with some friends.
Absolutely. Everybody should feel safe being out in the world, right? That's really what we try to achieve as a society anyway. Safety within your own survival, and then safety out in the rest of society. And that always starts with everybody being vigilant for each other. That's the see something, say something type of approach to stuff. And if it is something suspicious that isn't suspicious or it isn't nefarious, then okay, you at least said something. Oh, my mistake. Sorry, I'll back off. I just wanted to make sure we were okay. Everybody was fine here. No harm, no foul type of thing. Now you go around swinging on people, like don't do that.
Yeah, right.
But see something, say something. Look, hey, I saw this guy over by your drink. Do you know this guy over here that just went to the bathroom? Or hey, can I see you're a little tipsy. Can I walk you to your car? I'm not going to do anything. Just want to make sure that you can get out there okay too. And even then with the, like you said, the establishments jumping into it as well, making sure that they have contact cards for the local police department and the local hospitals or poison control or things like that too.
Yeah,
so
it's awareness training. It's awareness training and coming together to protect each one another, because just like we protect our neighbors. In my neighborhood, remember we used to have the neighborhood watch? You have the signs there. I don't really see that anymore, but I do one thing in my neighborhood. Got a lot of wonderful neighbors, great neighbors. We all look out for each other. And if I have a car pull up in the dark or even in the daytime, and they're across the street from my house, or a house down, or in front of my elderly by herself lady's house, I give them 15 minutes, and I call non-emergency. The police would rather have you call non-emergency.
Yes.
But they also have no problem coming out there and just checking up on the suspect, or not suspect, but the person sitting in the car. What are you up to? And stuff like that. And lots of times it ends up being an arrest, drugs or somebody with a warrant. And but it's not what I really want out of people. I just want to make sure that person is not up to no good.
Yeah. Well, you're not being paranoid, right? You're not turning around and going, oh, well, who's driving, writing down license plates as people drive by.
Yeah.
But you're seeing something that's out of the ordinary.
Exactly.
That's there, and you just want to make sure that this thing that's out of the ordinary is still safe.
Yeah.
And that's really it.
I woke up one morning before the other neighbors that live in the house. This was probably about 15 years ago. And the guy lived by himself, and he had a second floor, which is a reno. And then next thing you know, I got like 5, 6, 7 squads out front. I woke up like, what's this? All of a sudden, somebody very early in the morning, like at 4 o'clock in the morning, tried breaking into his house. And he was armed, and he took shots at them, So, I mean,
Wow.
they were up to no good. And, he did alert them when they came into the door, I have a gun. And then they were acting like, from the story I got, they weren't going to stop. So,
Wow.
and so he took shots at them, and they were able to flee. Nobody was shot. But it's just shocking that it happens across the street from your house at 4 o'clock in the morning.
And you never know when it's your house.
Exactly.
And the neighbor across the street helps you out with it too.
Right.
I mean, it's back to the see something, say something. You're not a narc. You're not paranoid. You're making sure that the place that you feel safe in still feels that way for everyone.
And you would love it if somebody was watching your back.
Absolutely.
I'd love it if somebody's watching my back. So everybody out there, let's all watch each other's back. And, hey, we had a great summer this year. A lot less shootings.
Oh,
I felt a lot
fantastic year of
safer,
less shooting.
Here at Elgin, yeah.
Yeah.
Police, Elgin Police does a great job. Our police chief, she's outstanding. She's the leader, and they follow her. But I think we actually had a really nice, safe summer where we didn't hear a lot of pops. You don't have to worry, and a lot of communities can start seeing it. And I hope we have it again this summer.
I think so. I think we will. I think it's getting to the point now where we're all realizing that trusting your neighbor is the best way to go, because for some reason the federal side doesn't have any trust. So we got to put our trust somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So our neighbors and people saying stuff, and I think being vigilant with each other, I think are adding to it. And of course, Chief Lally does such a great job anyway. When we come back, we're talking conspiracy theories and things like that are out here. Mr. David Tease is going to play the Free Speech Friday game with me. I'm going to give out 2 different groups or societies. There are actual real groups with these conspiracy theories. You get to tell me which one is the real group, and we'll dive into what they believe here on A Political Talk Show. Stick around. Coming up after this.
Recently, like me, it's important you find a Medicare Advantage plan that gives you the coverage you're looking for. But finding one can be difficult. The best thing I did, and I suggest you do the same, is call a licensed insurance agent and let them walk you through your Medicare Advantage plan options. There are so many benefits you have access to, so make the call now and let the representatives explain everything to you. Our licensed insurance agents can offer you a variety of Medicare Advantage plans. Plus, the call is free, the information is free, and there's no obligation to enroll. We're here to make it easy for you to select a Medicare Advantage plan that may work for your needs. Finding a Medicare Advantage plan can be easy if you do what I did. Make a quick call right now to learn more. Thank you.
800-433-3082. 800-433-3082. 800-433-3082. That's 800-433-3082.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
In In the middle of the night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast, right here on WRMN 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Newry with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Whether you're working third shift or you're just a night owl, catch the most listened to overnight talk radio program in North America, Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough. But if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Show here on WRMN. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. I'm joined with David Tees here on a wonderful Free Speech Friday on WRMN 1410. Thanks for being here.
Oh, I love it being here on a Free Speech Friday.
Oh, yeah. It's fun. It's a fun time. We get to talk about different things, get a little heavy with the news sometimes, mostly because I like to hear what you guys have to say about it. But, you know, we've got to have some fun with it, too. If you want to jump into the conversation, 847-931-1410, 847-931-1410. The text line is open 24 hours a day, including this hour right now, 505-926-1410, 505-926-1410. That is the place to go. So like I promised, we've got our Free Speech Friday game, but mostly just a discussion about conspiracy theories. So let's just do an overview first of just about conspiracy theories in general there, Dave. Like, it used to be all conspiracy theories, right? Urban legends left and right, just everywhere. That everybody was having a Bigfoot sighting or a UFO thing, or once smart cameras and things like that came out, it seemed like all of the Bigfoot sightings went away. Like, you would think there would be more, right?
You're right.
But they went away. Like, where are they now? Like, where is this? Do you think that science has kind of taken a little bit of the magic out of urban legends for this?
Yeah, I think it did. Especially with deer stands in the woods where people are watching for deer. Now, if you had it, Bigfoot was in Washington?
Yeah, somewhere around
the state of Washington. So, you would kind of figure you'd see a Bigfoot go walking by. And if you had a deer stand in Washington. But
eventually, yeah, right?
Yeah, they had all the footprints and, stuff like that. Remember the concrete cast of big, gigantic bear footprint? Yeah, Unless it was Shaquille O'Neal's father walking around in the woods. I don't know,
So we've got a couple of conspiracy theories. And what I did was I went out and found a real group or a real movement in what they call themselves. And then I made up a fake one. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to give you both of them, and I'm going to tell you what they believe in. And you tell me which one is the real society or group, or some of them call them leagues or watch or all these different things, right? So here we go. I've got two groups for you. I've got the International Flat Plane Research Union or the Flat Earth Society. The International Flat Plane Research Union claims that only high-altitude balloon footage proves Earth is flat and that all orbital satellites are simulated. Says that they maintain a private fleet of weather balloons to map the supposed edge of the world. While the Flat Earth Society claims the Earth is essentially a flat plane, not a globe, and argues that governments and space agencies are colluding to fake space imagery and suppress the truth. Which one of these groups is real? The International Flat Plane Research Union or the Flat Earth Society?
Flat Earth Society.
Oh, yeah. FlatEarthSociety.org. They have a website.
Yeah.
And so that's what they believe. They believe that we are a disk that is hurtling through space. And so they believe that we're constantly moving upwards, and that's why we feel gravity instead of us being pulled into a ball. They believe that that there is an ice ring around the edge of the flat disk as well.
Oh.
So that it holds in, because otherwise, how do you hold in the oceans, right?
Yeah, there you go, yeah.
How do you hold in the oceans if you don't have a lip?
Right.
So it's kind of like a big pie that just hurtles through space, and then the sun moves from one edge of the thing to the other side.
Ah.
And then the moon chases it.
Okay.
So that's how they believe. We're just a disk that's just moving straight up. I don't know what's under it. Like I get, okay, flat
What if we
Earth.
dig?
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. It's like, okay, flat Earth. Okay, let's imagine that that's the premise, that we have a flat Earth. With how much space that we have on this globe, what is happening on the other side?
Right.
There's got to be a whole nother society over there.
I never thought about that.
The underside of the flat Earth society. Like, what's on the other side?
Right.
No one ever asks that question.
Well, I'm sure their motto is that if you haven't seen somebody in a long time, they fell off the face of the earth.
That's where they went. That's where they went for it. So let's get one more before we get to the break over here. I've got two of them, and they're all about chemtrails and geoengineering. So which one is the real and which one is the fake? Here's a group. The Sky Aerosol Transparency League claims airports secretly maintain separate chemtrail terminals where special spraying aircraft are serviced. Says satellite images of cloud streets are actually spray lanes visible from orbit. Or the Geoengineering Watch. It argues that governments are covertly conducting large-scale geoengineering, including aerosol spraying chemtrails that harm health and ecosystems, publishes articles and campaign alleging hidden climate engineering programs. Which one of these is the real one? The Sky Aerosol Transparency League or Geoengineering Watch?
Geoengineering Watch.
That's right. They also have a website. Geoengineeringwatch.org is where you can go. So I guess what their premise is that they are witnessing real-time terraforming for the Earth right now. They're either trying to do it to put heavy metals into everything, or they're doing it to kind of decrease population. Like, there's a whole bunch of different reasons of why they think they do it. But yeah, you can head on over to geoengineeringwatch.org to learn more.
I know. I'm sure one of those planes is Lysol disinfecting the world. I guess maybe that would be nice to have. I mean,
it kills 99.9% germs in the air.
As you see a plane with Lysol logo on the side of it flying through the sky. Now that's a chemtrail I can deal with.
That's it. So they also believe that they are engineering wildfires as well. So it's not just like, hey, they're just pumping stuff in there. What they're also talking about is, okay, if we burn this massive piece of woods, it will create enough carbon in the air to affect this other place over here. They also talk about solar radiation as well, so popping holes into the ozone layer, and then maybe we get some more radiation for that management. I think these are also the people that talk about maybe wormholes too of opening up or so. But I could be mixing my conspiracy theorists. But what do you think about that? Do you think, first off, that we even have the technology to be able to manipulate weather and things like that? And even if we did, do you think that the government would just be doing it willy-nilly to actually do stuff?
I don't think we have the technology to control weather. I mean, there's a couple of my friends that actually think that, you know?
That we've got space lasers that just like...
right. You know, you got charcoal lighter fluid flying over California, getting ready for the next wildfire. No, they're not doing that. I mean,
they do talk about seeding, though, where maybe they'll put some stuff up, but that's a whole different thing.
Seeding's been going on since the 1900s when the farmers had the droughts, and the guy would pull up in a horse and wagon. Says he has his magic seed that he would throw into the sky if the farmers paid him all this money, and it would rain and bring their crops back together. So if that that myth's been going on for that long, it's still here today, folks.
And now they're Geoengineering Watch. They've got a website now.
Yeah, they sophisticated themselves.
When we come back, we're going to talk about a couple other things. Maybe some fluoride, maybe the New World Order. Lots of different things, lots of different conspiracies. Give us a call, 847-931-1410, or a text, 505-926-1410. You're listening to WRMN. Hello, welcome back to WRMN. This is a political talk show. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. I'm joined with my good buddy, David Tees. Sam jumped into the studio, too, to just kind of get a front seat with us, too. All the birthday wishes need to be sent over 505-926-1410, or give us a call, 847-931-1410. This Sunday, it will be Sam Tees' birthday.
Yes.
It's going to be fantastic. I hope you have a good one.
She's going to.
Mm-hmm. Oh, a puppy. That'll be fun. That'll be fun.
I'm not saying that out here. I'm not answering that.
Well, we're still talking about our conspiracy theorist groups that are out there, and we have landed on the anti-fluoride activism. So I'm going to give you the two groups that may or may not be fictional, and you tell me which one you think is real. We've got the Fluoride Action Network, which opposes adding fluoride compounds to public water supplies, argues that fluoridization carries serious health risks and should be halted or reversed. Or is it the World Council for Natural Water claims that any dissolved mineral in drinking water entrains political messages into human cells, advocates for only rainwater distilled through home-built devices as politically neutral? Is it the Fluoride Action Network or the World Council for Natural Water?
I'm going to keep going with crazy. The second one.
The World Council for Natural Water? No, that is a little crazy. That's there. No, Fluoride Action Network.
Oh, really?
And they have a website. Fluoridealert.org is where you can go to learn all about the Fluoride Action Network, who believe that, let's see here, their mission statement here. Fluoride Action Network is dedicated to protecting public health by ending water fluoridization and other involuntary exposures to fluoride. FAN is achieving these goals by educating the public, decision makers, and the media. FAN is supporting volunteers in communities affected by fluoridization and is holding government health and regulatory agencies accountable. FAN is committed to the principles of environmental justice and is drawing special attention to subpopulations which are disproportionately harmed by fluoride, including low-income populations and communities of color. That's it. That's their mission statement over there. Studies have found over and over again that the levels of fluoride that are harmful and are at a certain point where the people talk about how it makes the population docile and is a little bit of carcinogen and a few other things with it. But at the end of the day, the benefit actually on teeth, just in general for societies, have already proven time and time again that it's better to have it in there.
Right. Well, Flint, Michigan is an example as to why this has to happen and have so much chemicals into the water to make it safer. It isn't to make it worse or to decrease population or make people more hostile out there. But as a plumber, our job at we're governed by the Illinois Department of Public Health. We're supposed to protect the health of the nation from cross-contamination and from what happened in Flint, Michigan. So it's all regulated. They watch what goes on. So besides that, don't you put fluoride on your teeth? You know,
Yeah. The dentist gives you it.
Yeah.
And so that's where they're talking about it, is the ingesting side of it. But I get it. Everybody's got to have a cause for something, I suppose. So Fluoride Action Network is the that's the one fighting for your rights against fluoride.
Can't wait to go to that convention.
How about this one? This one always seems to resonate when people talk about conspiracy theories. Let's talk about reptilian shapeshifters. I'm going to give you two societies over here, and those two societies, one is a fake society and one is real. Well, maybe not because of reptilian shapeshifters.
Yeah.
But the Global Reptilian Awareness Coalition claims that those who can detect reptilians see a brief color branding around politicians' eyes whenever they blink on TV, and distributes guidelines for how to pause videos at the reptile frame, is what they call it. The reptilian conspiracy community, popularized by the writer David Icke, who claims shape-shifting reptilian humanoids secretly control political and financial power structures on Earth. Believers interpret glitches, video artifacts, or odd behavior by public figures as signs of their supposed non-human nature. Which one is it? The Global Reptilian Awareness Coalition or the Reptilian Conspiracy Community?
The real one, I would have to say the first one.
No, there is
Really?
no one. Yeah. The reptilian conspiracy community is just so large now that it just goes by the community.
Oh, okay.
If you head on over to Wikipedia is probably the best place to go for it. But they talk about it, reptilians or archons or reptoids or reptilids or salirons or draconians or just lizard people are supposed reptilian humanoids which play a prominent role in fantasy, science fiction, ufology, and conspiracy theories. The idea of reptilians was popularized by David Icke, a conspiracy theorist who claims shape-shifting reptilian aliens control Earth by taking on human form and gaining political power to manipulate human societies. Icke has stated on multiple occasions that many world leaders were or are possessed by so-called reptilians.
Sounds like a Men in Black movie, doesn't it? I mean, come on.
It does.
Didn't they say Michael Jackson was an alien, and then Elvis went home?
Elvis
He was
went
an
home,
yeah, he was an alien. And
Dennis Rodman.
yeah, Dennis
That's
Rodman.
a bad disguise is what
And
I
then
think
they
said.
chase at the beginning of Men in Black 1, where Will Smith is chasing the One guy and his eyes went this way when they blinked instead of like this.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. They grab artifacts from TV. You know how it is we can only take so many different things. Light travels at whatever speed as well. So there may be a half blink in a frame where the camera didn't capture it correctly. And we all go, oh, see, double eyelids right here. This is where his double eyelids blink. Or this is where his extra nose opens up. Like it's just...
I'm starting to see that a little bit in you right now. It's freaking me out. Yeah. You're spreading some messages out here to everybody in Elgin and the Fox Valley area.
That's right. Hey, it's great to see you all over there in chat. We've got Gia, we've got Todd, we've got the boss lady hopping over there. We got Jose, we've got Brandon, we've got Jeff. All of those great people hanging out with us.
I got nobody on my screen.
Stick around. We've got more Apolitical Talk Show coming up right after this. Welcome back to Apolitical Talk Show here on WRMN. WRMN 1410 on that AM dial. But head on over to WRMN1410.com to see more. Love to see everybody over on YouTube as well. YouTube.com. You can find us at WRMN Radio. I want to remind everybody about the self-defense workshop put on by Somebody's Daughter is Loved, an organization that is woman-led safety initiative empowering women to look out for one another and create safer, more respectful social spaces. December 12th and 13th, it's a 2-day event of self-defense workshop put on by two Marines, Mr. Ortiz and Mr. Weckman, Wiechman, Weichman probably on that one. Those two Marines are going to talk about self-defense. You're going to go through hands-on workshops. You are going to be learning about situational awareness and all kinds of different things to help you and your fellow community members see something, say something, and do something. This is what we need to do more. You can find more information at somebodiesdaughterisloved.org. Tickets are $50 each and can be purchased there at somebodiesdaughterisloved.org. And that's $50 for the 2-day event. So one price for the one ticket. And it's over at the Elgin WCA. And again, you can find more information at somebodiesdaughterisloved.org.
Yeah, and that covers the 2 days. There's a lot to learn, a lot to cover. So, just hey, I think it's worth it. Mothers, daughters, go to it.
Yes, I absolutely think so. And this is also a good opportunity for men to also tell some of the women in your life to get on over there. Mm-hmm. Let them know if you fear for maybe somebody in your life that that goes out often on their own. This may be a really great gift to get them as well. Yeah, for something and say, look, I want you to feel more confident out in the world. I want you to feel more protected. This is a great way to do it. So $50 tickets can be purchased at Somebody's Daughter is Loved. It's a 2-day event over at the Elgin YWCA. Two Marines going to teach you all about self-defense and situational awareness. Yeah. About being out in the world.
And small ladies get to learn how to beat up a man. No, that we don't encourage it, okay?
Just flipping people and stuff.
Learn how to flip them over your shoulder. There you go.
Just remember all of that. Oh, my goodness. So here we go. I've got some more hoax for you, buddy. We've got, of course, to make sure we hit the moon landing for this. Mm-hmm. We've got the Apollo Realism Foundation. They claim all genuine moon footage was, quote, lost in a solar storm. So NASA hired filmmakers to recreate every mission in the Nevada desert, allegedly analyzed lens flares and film grain to distinguish studio missions from partial real ones. They believe that some of the footage was lost and they had to recreate it. Okay. And splice it in with some of the other footage. And then, of course, you've got the moon landing hoax movement. This asserts that some or all of Apollo moon landings were staged on Earth rather than conducted in space. They argue that photos, videos, and technical records contain evidence of studio fakery, lighting, flag motion, and missing stars. Which one is real? The Apollo Realism Foundation or the moon landing hoax movement?
Well, the first one sounds like they actually believe it happened. And yeah, I would get that. We lost some footage and they just wanted to make sure we knew everything. The second one, I think, is the real organization because a lot of conspiracies about that we never landed on the moon.
It's very true. That's it right there. The moon landing hoax movement is the real movement. It's a set of different conspiracy theories, right? Of if we went there, did we see aliens? Are we allowed to go back? That kind of thing. Some people say that one of the last missions that they had to go to the moon, an alien went to them and was like, "Don't come back," and that's why we haven't been back like really since.
Okay.
So they were like, "Yeah, you had enough time. Like you got what 13 times to get here.
Yeah,
We're done.
right. Wally World is closed. You're not allowed to come back anymore.
We're done. You're getting too close."
Do you actually think that it was real?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It absolutely was real. I mean, why? Why do all of that, right?
Yeah, right.
Why do all of it? Why even like? Here's the other thing. We were in a space race too.
Right.
Why would any of the other countries concede that we did it if we didn't do it? Like, did we pay them off? Were we like, no, China, here's a couple $1 billion. Stop. Say we won. Like, did we just pay everybody off? No, we definitely.
I can see the president of Russia going, "Fake news. That's not real."
There is a great. There's a great scene or a great skit from the sketch comedy group Whitest Kids You Know, where they're watching the moon landing footage and Neil Armstrong is getting down and like this kid like raises his hand and is like, if Neil Armstrong was the first person on the moon, who's holding the camera?
Yeah.
And then the teacher is like, no, it was Neil Armstrong.
Yeah, did he?
Wait a minute, like you see him?
I saw that, and that was classic. The kid had a great answer, you know. And you know what? Coming to think about that, now you just brought that up.
It's true. Who was holding the camera?
Who was holding the camera?
It's crazy. In the sketch, the teacher calls the principal. The principal's like, no, it's Buzz Aldrin. It was like, no, Buzz Aldrin was in the capsule.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Oh, wait, hold. And then then he calls the mayor. The mayor then goes, no, it was he set it up beforehand. But no, we see him coming off, like, wait a minute. And he calls the president, et cetera. There was a camera on the leg of the rover, or on the shuttle.
Right.
Like there's a camera that was pointed right at the staircase.
Right.
So that's what it was. It wasn't a person actually holding the camera. It was.
But boy, it made that conspiracy thought right there. You just go, get bigger for a second. Everybody's like, hey, yeah, wait a second.
Here's one that you may not have heard of. The Denver airport. There's a conspiracy that goes around the Denver airport.
Heard something about this.
So let's do this. Denver Airport, International Airport Conspiracy Enthusiasts. I'm not even going to make you choose. This is the name of them.
Okay.
It's a cluster of beliefs about the international airport in there. They focus on Denver's international airport's unusual art and layout and extensive underground areas. They claim the site hides secret bunkers, occult symbolism, or facilities linked to a future world government or apocalypse. They think that the Denver airport, under it, there is a bunker, like an ark type of bunker that's there. Let's see if I can find the, well, that just gave me a link to the Denver airport. That's not a...
Isn't that airport like 10 years old or? Like,
yeah, so that's what they said. Like while they were, the underground tunnels is what it is. But they say it's subject to numerous conspiracy theories, including those about secret underground tunnels for the New World Order headquarters or elite bunkers. They also say, based off of the wall art, for the demonic or apocalyptic symbols of the art, they say that that's what kind of tells the elite that this is the place to fly into when everything's bad. The most popular theory claims the airport has a massive network of underground tunnels used for a survival bunker for the wealthy elite, military bases, or even alien and lizard people homes. The reality is that tunnels exist for moving luggage and maintenance through their scope is likely exaggerated. Blucifer is also a picture. It's a 32-foot tall blue Mustang sculpture with glowing red eyes and has been called demonic or a symbol of the apocalypse. The glowing eyes, let's see here. The glowing eyes are a tribute to the artist's father who worked with neon signs, and the sculpture's story is actually tragic. The artist, Luis Jimenez, was killed when a piece of the sculpture fell on him during its creation. So I don't know. That sounds a little sacrificey to me.
You know what it sounds like? A little bit of Terminator 3. Remember, before her father dies, he hands her this folder. Her and the Terminator, or her and the three of them take off to that military airport or whatever it was, and they went down. That was supposed to be the place where everybody goes to, but nobody was there.
Oh.
So that's kind of like a little bit of Terminator 3 on the
Go all the way down there, and then she's at the command center.
But it was set up for, like, the president, everybody to hide down there, but nobody was there.
She was the only one that could get there.
Yep.
That's it. That may be what the Denver airport is hiding over there. DIA has embraced the Conspiracy Month concept with events and exhibits that poke fun at the theories, though. So they do. You got to lean into it, right?
Just remember, the truth is out there.
It's out there. Can you find it? Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here with me, Mr. Tees.
Anytime.
Happy birthday to Sam Tees as well. Thanks for being here, everybody. We'll see you next week. And Fantasy Football Blitz is starting tomorrow. What, at 9 o'clock?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Right after commercials.
Yep. Stick around. We've got more WRMN programming with Big Top Sports.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees.